now. Okay, DJ. On GJ, the last Chartility we did, I actually said, okay, I was expecting price down here. Buy is back to the upside because we check the weekly time frame. I had this box inside this trend line. If you watch the video, I'm not going to go into the details. If you were in Chartility last week, you will understand. And if you are not there, you can watch the video again. I'm not going to be going into the details. So now for GJ right now, what I'm expecting from price is still a downward trend because we've not completed this leg downward. If we reach here and I see reaction, and I see price reaction, I'll know that okay, yes, maybe we are done or not. But right now, I don't think we are done because price didn't break major structure points. Let me check. Can you hear me, Timothy?
I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Okay. Now, as I was saying before, price didn't break up any major structure points. We are just correcting. As you can see that this when you see a corrective move, note this, when you see a corrective move, it's always very, very slow. You can see, let me show you something. You can see how fast this was, this correction, this move like this. You can see how fast it was. It was very impulsive, just came down. Now look at the correction, compared to the correction, how it's very, very slow and shaggy. It's like as if it's drunk. It's always very, very slow and shaggy. Now you can see the next move. You can see the next corrective move. Just notice, you can see the next corrective move, how it came down. How one candlestick even covered all this place like this. So that's just how corrections and then impulses are. If you've not done ICI, don't worry, you will still do the class. ICI, impulse correction impulse, you will still do it. So now, what do I have here? So I can actually draw let me see if it will fit a channel. Let me first try a channel right here like this. I think I like this channel. Yeah, I'm actually editing like this. Now, yes, I can see, but yes, this is actually better. This is actually better. Now, as you know that, okay, yes, this is where we are looking out for. From the major time frame analysis that we did, this is where we might be actually looking to terminate this this move to the downside. This is where we might actually be looking to, okay, yes, terminate this move to the downside. Now, on a 4-hour time frame, if we go back to 4-hour time frame, we've not seen a major break of structure here. We've not seen a major break of structure right here. But what do we have? We have a break of structure right here. Yeah, this is a break of structure here. I'm not going to neglect that. Because this has happened, this has not happened. I'm going to actually disregard this now because I have a break of structure here. This is a break of structure because what happened here was that price came like this, It couldn't come upward here. It came here and then broke the structure to the downside. So the sell continues. So now, what are my point of interest? First and foremost, what do I see? The question is, okay, what do I see? Okay, I see support and resistance zone, which would actually be very, very big. Let's see. This zone like this. Support and resistance zone like this. This reaction here, here, this particular point, which is a very, very important particular point, and here. Now, that's my first point of interest. What else am I looking out for? Fibonacci. Using Fibonacci also. If I draw my Fibonacci, now sit down here. I have my point of interest here, strengthen this point. Going back to H4, going back to H4. I can see, you can see what price is actually showing us. Like, look at this box I just drew now. Let me change the color. Look at this box I just drew. You can see that, okay, there's barely candlestick, there's barely any candlestick closing in this point. Look at it. Just see. Weeks. See again here, week. So now it's actually telling us that yes, there's actually a very, very high possibility that if price comes inside this place, there will not be a candlestick close because of high selling or buying pressure inside this zone from here. High selling pressure here, buying pressure here. Now price has turned through it. It didn't close inside, just turned through it. Now, if price is actually coming back inside here, there might actually be a possibility of another high selling pressure to the downside. And you know what we are looking for is actually, we're looking for where price will sell from, where price will sell off from. Now, this is a high selling pressure. And it's actually a very, very big imbalance. But I'm going to disregard the imbalance because it's very, very big. And if I see an imbalance that's very, very big, I don't always like it to take trades. So I'm actually more comfortable with this. I will actually leave the box like this. I will leave the box like this because of the simplicity of it, and I'm using it to explain the no close zone, no candlestick closed inside the zone. So now, what am I looking out for? Sales from here, sales. And when I'm looking out for sales from here, you guys know what I look out for. My candlestick confirmation levels, candlestick confirmation. And there's actually, okay, I will not go inside this now. There's actually a possibility of you missing a trade from here. Like, okay, let me see like this. When price comes inside this point like this, you miss the trades, you miss the candlestick close. Because when the candlestick closes and the price starts going back down, you have actually missed the trade. There will be times like that when probably that we might be sleeping. Let's say there are some trades like that that will be expecting the 4 hour to close, and the 4 hour might close like 3 a.m. I might be sleeping. And if it closes 3 a.m. and I wake up like 6 a.m., I would have seen that okay, price has already gone down to this point or reached this point. I will not chase the trade. If I place the order, let's say the candlestick closed like here at this particular point like this, and I was supposed to take the trade from here, and I didn't take it, and price is already here. If you take the trade, it's on you because you're not sure of anything can happen here. Price can actually go back up like this and start coming down, and you don't know if you take the trade here, your stop loss. Another thing is that your stop loss will be very, very wide, and if your stop loss is very, very wide, you use lower lots. You use lower lot size on the trade. So now the thing is that if you see something like this and you see that okay, price has already gone. Number one, don't chase it, don't chase price. The best thing you can do is actually watch out for bulk of structure. There's always this thing about structure. Structure will give you another chance. Structure is very, very sweet. It's one of the best tools, one of the best concepts when it comes to trading in every aspect of trading. I can say it anywhere. Because if you can make use of market structure well, very, very well, you'll be a top tier trader. I'm saying it, you'll be a very, very top tier trader. So one of the things you have to understand is that okay, if price is already here, you miss the trade here, which was you miss a bearish engulfing here, which was the confirmation to take your trades, and you see that okay, price is already here, and actually price also, let's say the TDI also crossed, and you also saw it after the bearish engulfing, and you said that okay, yes, I actually have made this trade. Then you say okay, yes, what's the next thing I can do to actually take this trade? Is to wait for price going back up to any of these point of interest like this and taking a trade downward. That's just as easier. If price does something like this, it's giving you another opportunity to take the trade to the downward side. But most of the times, price will not do something like this. Most of the times, and that does not mean that if I'm saying most of the times, price does not do something like this, you should be chasing trades. If you chase trades, it does not always end well. From experience, it does not always end well. Just wait for another setup. That's why you have two pairs to trade. That's why you have two pairs. When you don't see setup on one of your pairs, just move to the other one. That's why most of the time I always advise my students to just trade two pairs, just two. One is even enough. One is enough if you master it well. I always say it. One is enough. If you master it well, you can extract profit from it consistently. So now, as I was saying on GJ, I'm expecting reaction in this zone. Is that the only zone I should be looking out for? Let's say, okay, let me look out for this zone also. This zone, because anything can happen. This zone also like this. Because of the Fibonacci that is there. That's the only thing. Okay, let me say the Fibonacci and the moving average. So let's say, okay, I'm giving respect to the moving average. Okay, yes, I have a moving average there. Okay. I'll be looking out for that zone also. Okay. Now, what am I looking out for? Candlestick confirmation, as you know, candlestick confirmation. Candlestick confirmation to take the trade, candlestick confirmation to take the trade. So if I see a bearish engulfing in either of these zones, you guys, you know, I'm definitely taking the trade. There's nothing stopping me from taking a trade from any of these zones. Once I see my confirmation levels, and you know that okay, this is my first take profit level, as you all know, and my second take profit will always be here. And actually, you know that this zone might be a reversal zone, as you can see on a higher time frame. This zone might be a reversal zone. So you know that okay, yes, any sell you are taking here, your point of termination of the sell, your point of exit, your major point of exit from it will be inside this zone, as you can see, will be inside this zone. So that's all about GG. I'm actually watching the time. That's all about GG. Do you guys have any question? Do you have any question?
Not for now, bro.
What about you, Jupri? Do you have any question?
No question.
Okay, Tola, do you have any question? Tola is having network problems. So, do you have any question, Tola?
No question.
Jupri, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Do you remember when we analyzed BTC together? Jubril, can you hear me, Jubril?
Yes, I can hear you.
Do you remember when we analyzed BTC together?
Yes.
And what did we notice?
I forgot to know.
That we saw divergence. You remember?
Okay.
That we said that you said it yourself. You said it yourself. You said, okay, there's a high possibility of BTC falling, right? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
Now, what do you see now? What do you see? Like after, I think that class we had, it was from this point. It was from this point. Now, what do you see now?
It's actually falling.
So now I'll actually resume the analysis from here. So you guys should just pay attention. So from here now, okay. See, there's one thing you see, this BTCM, there's a possibility that is going lower. Why? Why am I saying that? Okay, you guys look at this. If you check the weekly time frame, if you take the weekly time frame, you move down here. You can see this was the former all-time high we had. All-time high we had on BTC. That okay, yes, 8th we had on BTC. Now, when price broke this, as you can see, price actually broke the all-time high. Broke it the first time, came down. broke it the second. It came down to this point, and I said, okay, from here we might actually be going to 70K. I said 70K, but I don't think price reached 70K. The highest point in which was 69K, if I am very, very right. From here, the highest point in which was something like 69K. Yes, it reached 69K. And I was like, and when price, the major thing you guys have to note from here is that from here, you can say that, okay, yes, the first thing I said, price broke the all-time high the first time here, closed as a bearish candlestick, as you can see. Price broke it again, actually closed above it. You can see here, price closed above it. I like as price closed above it, because it actually told us that yes, okay, yes, we might actually be going upwards. We'll actually be going upward. But one thing I noted from TDI was that I saw divergence. And when you see divergence on BTC, you have to be careful. See, if I can say, if there's one pair that follows divergence, is BTC. You see this BTC here, it likes divergences. Because you guys, most of the times I explain divergences, you will see that I use BTC as examples to explain divergences. Now, this is a divergence that's actually confirming presently. It might actually form and become a three-legged divergence, like how it did here, like something like this, like how we did here. It might become a three-legged divergence. I don't mind, I'll wait. But what I'm seeing now is actually telling me that BTC will fall and we might be going to 45K or 50K. I don't know, because let's say from the beginning of December, that's what I'm actually looking out for. Because right now today is 21, November 21. From the beginning of December or from the end of this month, before the end of this month, the move BTC will make, I'm very, very sure that this BTC will fall. And people will start shouting everywhere that, oh, BTC is falling again, BTC is falling again. But you know that, okay, we know that, okay, yes, BTC is going to fall. What do we know? What's the advantage you can get from that? Because most of people now that they have BTC in their portfolio, most of them are long-term holders. When I'm talking about long-term holders, I'm talking about in sports. Okay, most of them are long-term holders. They don't want to sell it presently. They just know that, okay, yes, for long. Most of them have take profit targets as high as 100K, as you can see right here, as high as 100K. And it is very, very sure BTC will reach 100K. And most of the times when you are trading crypto, except you are buying into a new project, like let's say a new project that's just starting out. Let's say our academy now, this academy, No Limit Trading Academy. Let's say I actually propose a project to produce a coin under this name. That, okay, what will be the coin for? The coin will be like for payments, for let's say trading or things like that, something like that. So in that case, that's me. If I want to do a project like that, I'll have to have early investors that will actually invest in it. That's something like that. Once I have early investors that will buy into the project, I will do airdrop. I will do airdrop. From airdrop, I will do pre-sale, stuff like that. That pre-sale I will use to sell. Then after pre-sale, we'll list it on different exchanges like Binance, Bybit, and other things like that. So now from there, you can actually get the coin in two ways. Is either you get it as an airdrop, and what's airdrop doing? Airdrop is actually trying to like create awareness for your coin. That, okay, there's actually a coin that can do this. There's a coin that can do this. Like BTC now. BTC was actually created for payment. Like when Satoshi created BTC, it was basically for payments, majorly. But BTC has actually gotten to the level that it's now an alpha coin. And you guys know what an alpha means. Like BTC is the lead coin. There's actually a coin that is actually more promising than like that is ETH. Ethereum is, and it's also is actually, if you can see now, Ethereum too is diverging. So you know that, okay, I'm not actually going to analyze Ethereum tonight. Maybe I'll actually give you guys assignments. Analyze Ethereum. Maybe I'll give you guys assignments on what you know, on the level of the knowledge you are presently. Now, so as I was saying, when Satoshi created BTC, the inventor of BTC, unknown Satoshi. Nobody knows his identity as of now. So when he invented BTC, he created it as a mode of payment. Now, from the inception of BTC, most people didn't actually say most people didn't believe in it. Most people didn't believe in it. Most people didn't believe in it, but it is a very, very, some people bought it, some people got it from airdrop. Sometimes when I check some people's wallets, I see up to like 100 BTC. As you see, sometimes you see 1,000 BTC. Most of them, they didn't buy it. They got it from airdrops. Most of them got it from pre-sale. Most of them got it from just doing tax. Like, they didn't buy it like with money actually. Some of them got it from playing games online. When you play games online, they pay you BTC that time. As at that time, I think 2005, 2006, when BTC just came out. So I'm not going deep into that. I'm not going deep into that. Now, what do we have now? I know BTC is going to fall. Okay, you as a trader, you know that, okay, you have a head start. They call it a head start. That, okay, you know that BTC is going to fall. And you want to buy BTC. Let's say, okay, I'm not actually advising you to buy BTC now. If you want to invest in coins, invest in altcoins. BTC is a very, very good investment. I'm not saying it's a bad investment, but if you want to see more gains from coins, the best thing is actually to invest in coins that have good, that they call them projects, good projects. Like, let's say Dodge, they actually project like that. BNB, you see this BNB, will actually, it will fly, it will turn to Ethereum soon. It will turn to Ethereum, it will reach like 2,000, 2,400, 2,000. And if you put like $1,000 on this and it does like 200%, you can do the maths. It's actually as massive as that. But the thing is that you have to wait. That's one thing about coin. Except you are trading futures, when you're just trading like Forex, you have to accumulate profit. That's possible. But once you are trading it on spot, if you are trading it on spot, one thing I always tell my students, if you are trading on spot, have this at the back of your mind. You should take profits, yes, but always know that don't take everything away. Like, let's say you have 3 orders, you bought BNB, let's say you bought that, let's say when it was at 300 $300, and now it's at $590. You can take profits, yes, it's possible. Maybe you might actually need money for something that might be emergency. It's possible. We are all humans, we need money every time. So you can take profit, but always have this at the back of your mind. Don't take everything away. See, this is one of the best advice I can give you guys. Don't take everything away, because the world is evolving. Blockchain is going to be massive. You guys will quote me in the nearest future. Blockchain is going to be massive. That's what we would use from the start of okay, let me just open your eyes a little. When I was traveling back to my place of abode, I saw lands. I was now asking the driver that, okay, these are lands on this site that there will be some people that owns these lands, like as much as they are. You know, if you are traveling on the highway, you see lands now, you see that these lands are very, very much. I was not asking that these lands, there will be some people that owns it too, that as massive as they are, some of them will have up to like 10 acres, 20 acres, 50 acres of that land, of those lands that if government wants to do project, they have to buy it from them. Now, I was not taking it in my mind that how do they get the lands? Is because the way they got those lands as massive as that is because they had the opportunity to how will I say it? I used Yoruba when I was thinking about it, and I don't want to use Yoruba in this class. So they had the opportunity of getting the land early. Like, the land was plenty. Not like getting the land early, like colonizing that area at an early stage when there were a lot of people. Now, when you have the opportunity of colonizing a space very, very early, and you take advantage of it, when more and more people flow into that space, you become different. People who see that, okay, yes, you've actually gotten years of experience. Like now, if people that came to BTC early, that had BTC from the onset, Those guys are millionaires now. You people know what I'm talking about now. They are very, very big millionaires now. Like imagine you having like 10 BTC alone. Even one BTC alone, that's 59K. And you know what 59K is in Naira. If you have that in your wallet, you have this how would I say it? You'll be able to change the world. Sef. A poor man cannot change the world. There's one thing, a poor man cannot change the world. You'll be able to change the world. So now let me go back to trading now. So you know that BTC is going to fall. You know that BTC. See, okay, let me conclude that part of what I was saying before. Well, the major reason of why I was talking like that before is that any coin you have, keep them. If you are not looking to take profit soon, just keep them. 5 years is a very, very short time. If you go to a university and you take a degree, it's when you're in 100 level, you think that, okay, yes, maybe this degree will take a very, very long time before you finish. When you're at 400 level or 500 level and you're about to finish, and you look back, you will see how fast the years just moved. So 5 years is very, very short if you know what I'm talking about. So that's just the major point I've just been saying, that just keep those coins. You don't know which coin can actually change your life forever. Blockchain is going very, very massive. Everybody's going to accept it. They don't have any choice. So now, as I was saying before, BTC is actually going down. I know that, okay, yes, price is already diverging. And there's one thing I saw also, if you can see now, you can see that, okay, price diverged. After the divergence, what are you seeing? I'm seeing a bearish engulfing pattern, which I'm actually waiting for to close. I'm waiting for the bearish engulfing pattern to close. It's supposed to close today. Yes, it's going to close 12 o'clock today. It's supposed to close today. And you can see the TDI also is already crossing. And there's one thing, if there's one thing I know from experience, a TDI cross, a divergence, and a bearish engulfing, the next move is always very impulsive. It's always very impulsive. So on BTC, I know that, okay, yes, this move to the downside, at least will reach 48K, as I'm saying it. Now, what do I look out for? I'm looking out for point of interest. I have this big idea in me that, okay, yes, we actually have something like this. It is very, very possible for us to have this move to the downside like this. From this point to this point to the downside here, it is very, very possible. In trading, if there's one thing I've learned in trading, anything is possible. It's very, very possible to reach 30K in BTC. Very, very possible. If it even reaches there, I don't have BTC. I'm not saying I'm going to buy BTC, but I'm going to pity the coins I have in my wallet because they are going to suffer. If BTC goes down, they will follow it. It will drag them. They will go down. It's very, 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 very sure that they will go down. So now, if BTC reaches 30K, it's actually giving me more opportunity to invest in more altcoins, which is very, very nice. But as an investor, sometimes you have to look out. You have to just close eye on those investments you have in your wallet, like all those other coins that you have. If BTC goes down to 30K, those other coins, they will move. They will move to the downside. So now, as I was saying earlier, the divergence, the bearish engulfing, and the cross, it is very, very impossible. I'm not going to analyze values tonight because we are already running out of time. So when I'm done with BTC, we just end the class. We just end the class for today. We just end Chartility for today and watch out for next week. Any other updates, I will drop it in our respective groups. So now, what am I looking out for on BTC now? From this weekly perspective, as I said, we are going down. They are going down. It's very, very sure that we are going down, especially when this candlestick closes. We are going down. So now, looking for point of interest to buy, and there's a very, very important thing you have to note. Every point of interest you should be looking out for buys. Wait for reaction. Always wait for reaction. Don't just say you want to set let's say a buy limit on futures or on sports. No, wait for reaction. Wait for your bullish engulfing. Wait for your money star. And when it comes to investing in sports, it's different from forex. You guys will learn it. Don't worry. But you know, in forex, I only use bearish engulfing and bullish engulfing to take trades. But in sports, I use both because I'm investing in the coin itself. I'm investing in the quality. I'm not investing in the movement of price. So now this is my first point of interest. Why? Because there's an order block here. So my first point of interest will be here. There's an order block here. There's another block here. But I'm actually still waiting for this candlestick to close. I'm going to delete this point of interest. Yeah. Delete, delete, delete. There's another block here. So from this other block like this, I'm expecting price reaction here. Actually have this one down here. There is actually another point of interest down here. No candlestick has ever closed here from here like this. No candlestick closed here, as you can see from here. See, just only wicks like this zone like this. Yes. No candlestick closed here. Now holding that zone also. That will be a very, very long time before price reaches here. There will actually be a lot of break of structure before price reaches there. If I'm actually thinking Fibonacci, let's say this move upward that broke structure and formed divergence. Can I use this? Let's say like this.
Okay.
Let's say like this. I'm not going to use this because the point of interest are too far out. So I'm just going to pause on Fibonacci for now. Pause on Fibonacci and focus on the sell. Like now, if I'm trading on futures now, I'll be focusing on sales. And now, if I'm actually focusing on sales from here, this is a break of structure here. A break of structure here. This is another block right here. Another block right here. Fibonacci also. Let me use Fibonacci also. Price is actually giving me a nice zone for my Fibonacci. Now, I have an imbalance here also, which is also another point of interest. Now, these are my point of interest to take shots on futures. Now, I have this leg. You can look at this. Price actually forming something like this: a head, left shoulder, the head, break of structure, and another shoulder here before we start going down massively. So I'm actually expecting price. You remember market structure. There's one thing I said about market structure that time. If price wants to reverse, it does something like this, gives you an highest point, breaks this structure. The last confirmation is for you to see that price does not break this next structure to the upside. Price comes down into any of the point of interest, shows a a candlestick confirmation pattern and starts going back down. Now you can see my first take profit level and my last take profit level. So this is just for sell trades, as you can see. So I think that's all for BTC. I'm not going to analyze anything else on it because I want to leave more time for everybody to say something or to ask questions. Do you guys have any questions?
Bro, AY.
Yeah.
In fact, I really enjoyed this class tonight. In fact, I swear.
Do you have questions?
In fact, I won't lie for you.
Time is going. The time is going. The time is going. We have 3 minutes more.
I want to go to.
Eh?
No.
I can't hear you, Timothy.
I don't have now, bro.
Okay,
But
what about you?
I really like this class for you.
Jubi, what about you?
Eh?
I don't have any question. No question.
Did you enjoy the class?
Of course I did.
Okay, any other things we'll talk about it. Even if you don't have questions now, if you don't have questions now, and you remember any questions later, we'll talk about them during our normal classes. Tola, you have unmuted yourself, or maybe I was actually, there was someone that actually abused me. I think Tola made jest of me that I explained to the extent that my students don't have questions. Is that true?
Ah, bro, you see, I won't lie for you. It's true and it's not true. You understand? You know, sometimes if you pay attention to the class, especially me, if I want to serious, if I pay attention to the class, I usually gain. I won't lie for you. You understand?
Okay.
Because that is the reason why anyway, if I put all my mind to the lecture, that is why you see that anywhere or any area that the thing may look confused to me, I usually ask question in that particular time. You feel me? You understand me?
Yeah.
That is why I asked the other question at that point, that why did you choose that block as the break of structure before you tell me because of the time frame. You understand, bro?
Okay.
Hello?
I'm here.
You understand? I won't lie for you, it's true, but I so say I'm
The
really
class will say end though.
no
Tola,
problem, no problem.
you've not unmuted yourself. I don't know what's wrong with your class. What else? What else? Is there anything I said I want to talk about again? Okay, let's just end the class now. So, okay, you guys should actually know this, that every Sunday we have classes like this where everybody will come together. Others, I don't know why others are not online. Others are not online, but I will talk to them. Then maybe next week they'll be available, or maybe they have a very, very good excuse. So we have classes like this. It's for development. It's part of your training. It's part of the learning process. So when we have classes like this, you learn. There are some things I will not be able to say. There are some things I will not say in normal classes. But when we have classes like this, you guys will learn and you guys will understand better. So classes like this is very, very important for you.